welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Please subscribe to be a part of my Slay Squad. So in today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, it is my birthday today. Technically, when this video goes up, it's gonna be my birthday and I'm turning 22. I'm really excited and yeah, I figured I might as well just do a makeup tutorial. I'm first gonna go in and prime my face with my MAC Strobe Cream. I've already done my brows off of camera because brows take too long. So by the way, this is the original strobe cream. I don't know if you guys can see, but it has some pink luminosity, which is super cool. Really like it. My skin is glistening like for days and years. Okay, so for foundation, I figured I might as well go in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Bronze. I recently got a sample of this foundation, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like on my skin. So I'm just going to use a combination of a brush with a sponge to work this onto the skin. I'm not quite sure which is actually better for this foundation, but yeah, we shall see. I feel like this foundation is like my exact skin tone shade, and I'm not very used to using a foundation that's my exact shade, so it's gonna take some getting used to. Okay, so in case you guys are wondering what's different on my face, I quickly added my hoop nose ring. I feel like with some makeup looks, this nose ring just looks so much better. I don't know why, but this is my opinion, I guess. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with my Inglot Pro Conceal in the shade Warm Honey first. And I'm just going to put this under my eyes. This is really a nice shade for everyday wear. And it doesn't give you an extremely highlighted look, but it's very nice. And by the way, you guys, I'm sorry if my voice is sounding a bit wonky. I haven't been feeling great recently, and I woke up like half an hour ago, so that's probably why I still have my morning voice. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with the MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NC42, and I'm gonna go in with this concealer onto my highlight areas to just brighten up these areas of the face. I noticed recently that if I go in with a really light concealer, that my under eye circles can still tend to peek through. So now I go in with two concealers and it gives me a nice brightened effect. So I haven't used my Lorac Pro Mega 2 palette in forever, and the first shade I'm going to go in with is this shade right here called Custard. And I'm just going to use this to highlight my brow bone. Then taking this shade right here called Burlap, I'm going to use this as my transition shade, and I'm just going to dust this back and forth from inner corner to outer corner of my eye. I'm also going to take this Burlap shade on my lower lash line. And then going in with the shade Tangerine, I'm also going to dust this back and forth into my crease Just adding some warmth and a little bit more dimension. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade right here called Saddle, and I am going to build up the depth on the outer corner of the eye, and I'm taking it slightly lower than the first two transition shades that we applied, and I'm going to be taking this from the inner corner to outer corner of my eye. Okay, so while I was exporting footage from my memory card to my laptop, I actually did one eye off of camera. So now we're going to move on to the Stila Eyes Are the Windows Mind palette. And I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade right here, and this is called Creativity. Taking this on the same fluffy brush we've been using to blend the transition shades, I'm going to dispense this on the outer corner of my eye. As you can see, it is quite lower than the transition shades. And then I'm going to blend this all the way from inner corner to outer corner of the eye. So now that everything is nicely blended, we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. And taking my MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NC42, I'm going to use this to cut my crease. So I'm starting from the inner tear duct. So then I'm just going to go in and just color in this portion and just perfect this half cut crease wherever I need to. So I'm first going to go in with some Inglot duraline, and I'm going to pick up the Inglot duraline on a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to pat it along the cut crease that we have just carved out. And then going in with my MAC Melon Pigment, my favorite. Picking this pigment up on the same brush, I'm going to go in and start patting this all over the lid where we just apply that duraline. And so now we want to go in on the outer corner of the eye and make sure that the transition from the half cut crease to the outer corner smoky eye is nice and seamless. So going back into the Stila palette, I'm going to take this orange shade and just taking it on a flat brush, I'm going to go in and just pat it on the outer corner of where the half cut crease ends, and blending it slightly from the middle outwards. And going back in with that brown shade that we used on the outer corner of the eye, and just making sure everything is blending out nicely. Then taking my Inglot gel liner in the number 77, and I'm just going to be applying a winged eyeliner. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And then taking my LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in the shade Black, I'm just going to go ahead and line my lower waterline. And then taking that dark brown shade from the Stila palette, I'm going to go in and just smoke out my lower lash line. For eyelashes, I'm going to be using these Linespring eyelashes, and these are the Perfect Fit Wispy Lashes. For blush and highlight today, I'm going to be using my Becca Champagne Pop Champagne Splits and Flower Child combination. So as always, I'm going to line my lips with my MAC Plum lip liner. Then I'm going to be going in with my MAC Honeylove lipstick. And lastly, finishing off this look with my Catrice Infinite Shine Gloss in the shade Peach Paradise, my favorite. And lastly, to finish off this look, I'm going to go in with my MAC Fix Plus. So this is it for my birthday glam makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, like my video, share with all of your friends, and all that great stuff. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!